A genre film about a handicapped woman, a black woman, and a gay man taking down the military-industrial complex has won Best Picture. And if you're into that, there may be some other Guillermo del Toro films as well, also Best Director in that category as well. That was fun for me to see because I like seeing that fantasy and genre can be taken seriously for once. Because while I understand that there are these themes and messages that can be conveyed beautifully through these different storytelling methods, I don't think it's been understood as much in mainstream.
Right. If there's one thing I can take away, it's from this Oscars, it was finally there's equality for genre films.
I would have loved to have seen a horror film win as well.
Well, you had you had Get Out won, and that's definitely a genre film.
Well, it won for screenplay.
It won for screenplay, and so they recognize that as opposed to when you think of the Oscars, you think more of like the Gary Oldman movies.
I think of the dad movies that are definitely Oscar bait.
The dad movies like Descendants. That kind of thing where like there's what do you mean by a dad movie?
A dad
War
movie
or
is
like
generally
family?
about something set in the past. It's very dramatic, and it has a lot of importance through it, be it actual importance or self-importance.
There's also the mom movies, which are like Remains of the Day. Like some novel my mom read is now a movie with Sir Anthony Hopkins. That's what I think when I think of Oscar bait. But yeah, there's definitely things that come into mind when you think Oscar bait, and they're never like the body snatchers of Get Out, and they're never, or whatever, the strange fish love story, and it is really cool. But then again, the things that Guillermo del Toro is able to harness in this are things that are proud traditions of the movie industry and things that you think about when you picture classic cinema. They just happen to be the monster movie aspect of it. But there is this nostalgia, there is this like golden age of Hollywood setting that you get from this film and all the, I guess, is it Art Deco or whatever, that inspired of that moment in time, and it all comes together in a beautiful way.
I think there are certain elements in this film that do carry over to his other movies though, because let's follow the Auteur theory and find that those other trappings that have appeared again and again. Namely, Doug Jones has been in 7 Guillermo del Toro movies.
I met Doug Jones once.
Yeah.
What a damn sweetheart.
I know.
Just the in the running for the kindest human being I've ever met.
But he's in so many things and you never recognize him because, well, usually he's playing a character with heavy prosthetics.
Yeah, but we know
also,
Andy Serkis.
Yes. And he's doing this kind of work that kind of melts into whatever he's portraying. I really enjoyed it. But if you want to see the result of The Asset and Eliza's union, you can look no further than Hellboy, because Abe Sapien is also played by Doug Jones. And he's kind of an aquatic type man-fish as well. Read into that what you will. I'm just kidding with that.
Right. In a lot of Guillermo del Toro movies, it's like the idea that the beast is actually the hero.
I love that idea, though.
Smart.
I like subverting the classic trappings of, of how this is going to go. These two are going to go together because they're the best-looking characters in the movie, even though they never talk to each other. So.
Yeah, and the like strapping good guy, the person that you would imagine is like has all the. Has like a slightly augmented version of the good guy, like the Michael Shannon face. Is, he's just like.
No, Michael Shannon plays Michael Shannon parts.
I know, but I'm saying that like Michael Shannon is Robert Pattinson with like 10% up on evil or intense. I don't know, he can do it because he's got that jaw, that extra power jaw. Either way, like you have a bad guy in there that you wouldn't necessarily think is the bad guy, especially if his counterpart is a monster. And then you look at like Guillermo del Toro, and he's like this big teddy bear that like he looks like he's just like he's like a cartoon in my opinion. When I see him, he's just like this big lovable teddy bear guy.
I think it would be easy to draw a caricature of him.
Yeah.
So if you're on that Michael Shannon note, if you're looking for a movie or maybe a couple movies actually with similar political themes in them as well, there's always Pan's Labyrinth, which I always thought had won Oscars, or I think it's not as acclaimed as it should have been.
But everyone knows it.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this.
That's scary.
And that's
thing.
really
Which is also, isn't that Doug Jones?
That is also Doug Jones. But that put Guillermo del Toro on a lot of people's radar as someone who just really can create a universe and a world that's trippy and interesting.
Well, there's also this like frightening, overbearing figure connected to the military as well. Captain Vidal is the heroine's stepfather. He's literally a fascist, and he is a threatening, scary, sort of aggressive figure who could pose some sort of violence later on. And we have that theme going on, I think, as well, where we have this fear of violence and danger and something innocent needing to get away from it.
Yeah, and he's great at that. I love having filmmakers like Guillermo del Toro where like you can see that it's the same person behind all of it. And you know specifically, for me when I'm choosing what movie I want to watch at any given time, I know what kind of mood I'm in when I need to see a Guillermo del Toro movie, and I know it's going to deliver on it. It's him, and then like, I mean, they're not the same, but like Wes Anderson, you just know you have an ex. I know they're two different moods. They're two different feelings.
But
the idea that like I know what I'm getting, like what their movies are, and they're definitely different. And Wes Anderson's less different movie to movie, but I don't know. I just get that feeling like I want to watch a Guillermo del Toro movie. I want it to be raining outside, and I want to watch something beautiful, something grotesque end up being more beautiful than the thing that you would conventionally consider to be beautiful. If you want to watch
something beautiful, there's Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
If you want to watch something grotesque, there's Blade 2, or just watch that scene. Again, from Shape of Water with the fingers, which makes me want to be buried alive every time I see it. Audience, what is your favorite Guillermo del Toro movie? And do you think Konami is kicking themselves even harder than before for canceling their work with him and Kojima-san? Please let us know below and like and subscribe for more.